One of the first things on my first visit here was the brick, and just the thought that one of my ancestors probably created that brick, and it was the actual brick. And I mean, when you think of being tearful, it's an emotional, a very, very emotional thing. And then after I get over the emotion, they were skilled. That's a skill, a great skill, a needed skill. So that gives me pride too, to know that they knew how to do these things.
Oh, Michael. Yeah. I had to call this a fluke because I really hadn't intended to buy this place, but when I heard it was being developed into condominiums, I didn't like that idea. So I put in a nominal bid just to kind of muddy the waters a little bit. And sure enough, they called me and said, "We need your check for X amount." And that's how I ended up here. But it's been the blessing of my life because I've been able to open the doors to this house and make it part of the community and part of a community of like-minded people.
I noticed that the side door was open, and I asked my husband, "Oh, take me back. I just want to knock on the door and see. Maybe they'll let me see some of it or something." And so when I knocked on the door and I asked for the owner, and David says, "I'm the owner," and he said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Well, I understand Mary Burton once owned this home, and from my research, she was actually the slave mistress or master of my family." And he immediately just ran out the door, pulled me in the house, hugged me, like, come in, come in. And so that's just been the start of a great relationship and friendship.
That's the kind of spirit that's within this house.
First couple of times I came, it's like almost overwhelming to the point of bringing me to tears. But now it's like I've learned to really walk in it, to live my history. My imagination tells me better what their lives was like just because the house has been kept so intact and the slave quarters have been kept so intact. I think I have a more realistic view of my ancestral history, basically. When I first came into this house, I guess I'll just say it like that, it was the most overwhelming, emotional feeling of a lifetime. Just to think, I'm actually in a spot where my great-great and great-great-great grandparents lived and worked. It's a feeling that it's really indescribable. I just can't say, but to tell you how overwhelmed I was would be just as adequate as I could be about it. English.
Oh.
It's not English.
It was such a gift, our friendship, but it provided a strength to move forward and with a joy. Deborah expresses so much joy and love and enthusiasm. And one of the most important things is maybe you don't always get what you want. Maybe people don't follow you. Maybe they don't like what they hear.
When you walk through doors like this for the first time, you can't help but feel something. And it's, in all cases, not going to be a great thing, but you can see in a person with enough imagination like me, and it just opens your mind up to what really possibly was. I'm sure they felt quite burdened at times and just tired. I can feel their tiredness when I really stop and think about it. Just nowhere to go. Like I said earlier, I can, when I don't want to do it, I say I'm tired, I don't feel like it. They could not do that, and so I'm sure that they were tired to a point of exhaustion at most times. And I thank them for enduring and going through that even when they really didn't want to. That's an overwhelming feeling, yeah, to be exhausted.
When we speak, I get a strength from Deborah that let it be. Let's move forward and don't pause for negativity or resistance. That's not part of it. Our duty is to build and to continue it with our own ways that is possible.
I'm a firm believer that things happen or paths we take. If we just follow whatever that hidden direction, and that's pretty much what I did that day. It was meant to be, and that's why I call him Uncle David, because he has just been wonderful. And the fact that he wants true history, that unwritten history, the uncovered history, what's not publicized, to be known. I'm all in with helping him to do that. We want people to get a real picture of what that history was like.